Hey everybody, TJ here. So this is going to be part one of a snowblower project I'm swapping an engine to. This, what you're looking at, is a chassis from a YTD or MTD Yard Machines 826. So I'm going to be swapping a Honda GX390, this engine right here. It's a, I believe, 13 horsepower, 1-inch shaft. I got it for free. Somebody was throwing away a power washer. They left it in front of their house that said free on it. I assume they thought it was seized up, but once I took it apart, I figured out that the power washer pump itself was seized, not the engine. I got this engine running. The only thing I have to do to this, to mate this engine to this chassis, is I need to make a mounting plate for it because none of the holes line up for this. What was on this machine from the factory was an 8 horsepower Tecumseh. It's probably was an older machine. It was very tired, had low compression on it. The valves weren't sealing right. It just wasn't worth fixing. I didn't want to put the time into it, so I decided to put the time into something that's gonna have, last a lot longer and be more reliable. So nothing like a Honda for reliability. So my project's going to include me CNC plasma cutting the plate, welding the plate on, and also the Tecumseh had a reverse rotation shaft that actually drove the transmission. That ran off the camshaft gear. There was another pulley on the engine. Notice there's only one spindle or one shaft coming out of this engine, so there's no reverse rotation anywhere. So a lot of people on YouTube reconfigured their transmissions to basically go in reverse from the factory, so it actually goes forward. But a lot of folks lost forward gears because the way they did it. I'm doing it a little different. I'm going to put you on a tripod and show you how I did it. I did have to do, yes, a little bit of welding. Not a big deal. A little bit of cutting. But basically all I did was flip the axles, both of them, the drive axle and the axle that is driven by that plate down there. So I'm going to put you on a tripod and then we'll go from here. Okay, I got you set up in the tripod. It's a little weird configuration right now because I have my bench crane in the way. I hope everybody can see what's going on. So basically this is the wheel that drives the transmission of the snowblower, and it was spinning the other way, and the way it was designed, it would spin backwards because, again, as I said before, that the camshaft was spinning in reverse. So they configured it to where as this spun backwards, this wheel was on the other side. It was over here and causing everything to go, the wheels to go forward. So what I did is I just drew some simple lines over here. I'm probably not going to see it with the camera in the way. I mean with the shadows. So what I did is actually took this piece and flipped it because I wanted to have the stop over here. As you shift the gears, it moves all the way to the 6th gear, and that's the stopper. A lot of people don't flip that on YouTube videos I've been watching, and they just either put a clamp there or something to stop it on the other side. But I want it to be more of a factory configuration. So I flipped this 180 degrees. Everything bolts back together normally. And I also flipped the axle because I had to, and when I did that, the gears are over here now. So I had to bring the gear set on this side of the machine. So what happens is now this plate is going to spin that way, the direction of the Honda engine. So this is, I assume this is around 1st gear. So as this spins, it's gonna spin this in reverse, but in turn, this is gonna go forward and spin the front axles, spin the axles forward. And my reverse, I have 2 reverse. So when you shift it into reverse, it's gonna be over here, and then one more over here for reverse. You don't need to reverse that fast anyways. So what I had to do, besides flipping the axles here 180 degrees, I had to reconfigure this guy. Now everybody on YouTube usually reconfigures these. So what I had to do is this pin shaft stuck out on this side, and this pin also stuck out on this side, and it went into this receiver. So what this in turn allows you to do is put it in, hope you guys can see this, put this configuration in this way. If I can get in here. Now what happens as the shaft is turned, so we'll start out with first gear. So you have to clock the shaft. Once you get it all together, you have to clock the shaft contingent upon what shift the location is in. So as the shaft turns, this wheel is going to move out this way and you're going to get faster speeds. So I clocked it all and I welded this back together, TIG welded it, and that's the only modification welding I basically had to do for this. I TIG welded both sides. I TIG welded a little pin over here and this back on over here. Again, this shaft was sticking out over here, this pin was sticking out over here, and everything was reversed. So I have all 6 gears. I don't have to reconfigure anything in the shifter arm shaft portion of it up here. Everything works as normal. So once I finish this and get it all back together, I'll throw some paint on it here. I'm not going to refurbish this whole thing and paint everything. I just got to get it running for the winter, and maybe in the summertime I'll strip it down and paint it. But as of now, I just got to get this engine on here, and so we can do some snow blowing if we get some snow. So probably the next video or the next part is going to be configuring the mount for the engine, CNC plasma cutting that out and mounting the engine. I do have ariens SHO pulleys on order. It's a double groove pulley, pretty heavy duty, and that's a 1-inch bore. And then I have to reconfigure the pulley that actually drives this. I have to either bore it out and rekey it, rebroach it actually, I'm not sure yet, or just find a pulley that's 1 inch with like a 2-inch diameter. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed.